The town of Greywick was known for three things: old cobblestone streets, an abandoned chapel that nobody went near, and the Ashmouther tree, a massive ancient tree that stood in the center of town. For as long as anyone could remember, the tree was off-limits. Children were told, "Don't touch the Ashmouther, she remembers who hurt her." Nobody questioned it until the town council decided they needed space for a parking lot. "Progress," they said. "Symbolic," said Mayor Hartwell. "Out with the old, in with the future." And so, on the first clear day in March, the tree was cut down. People gathered to watch, some cheering, others silent. But Nora Lane, a 27-year-old local reporter, felt uneasy as the final chainsaw blade bit into the roots. The ground shuddered, not like an earthquake, no sound, just a feeling, a ripple in the air, a cold that crept into bones. No one else seemed to notice, but Nora saw something else. The stump bled dark. Thick sap oozed out to red to be tree sap. It smelled of rust, of wet iron. She snapped a photo. The moment she clicked the shutter, her phone died. That night, the town changed. People reported hearing whispers in the wind. Dogs barked at shadows. Birds stopped singing. Lights flickered, even in homes far from the town square. And then, one by one, people began disappearing. First, the chainsaw operator, then one of the council members, each gone without a trace. No struggle, no noise, just their houses left open, like they had simply stepped outside. Nora dug into the archives buried deep in microfilm records. She found a legend. The Ashmouther stands to bind the sleeper. Her roots wrap around its bones. Her bark silences its name. So long as she stands, it dreams, but if she falls, it will wake. Below, it was a sketch, an eyeless creature, curled in roots like a fetus, teeth bared in a grin. Nora's blood ran cold. It wasn't a tree. It was a prison. She returned to the stump in the dead of night. The ground was cracked, split. Something had been moving beneath it. She stepped closer, and from deep in the darkness below, a voice rose like wind dragged over broken glass. "They took my cage. I remember their faces." She stumbled back. The shadows around the square shifted. And then she saw it. Something crawling out of the roots. Something ancient. Something spinel. Nora backed away from the stump as something pulled itself free of the earth. It wasn't entirely visible, more like a shape made of shadow and bone, dripping with soil and sap. Limbs too long, back bent unnaturally, with a mouth that didn't move yet somehow spoke. "You cut the Ashmouther. You broke the seal. I know your name, Nora Lane." Her heart stopped. It knew her name. She ran through the square, down empty streets where porch lights flickered and died as she passed. Windows slammed shut, curtains twitched. The town was hiding, or worse, watching. She reached her office and locked the door behind her, hands shaking. She loaded the photos from her dead phone onto her laptop, strange symbols etched into the roots, glowing faintly in infrared. Each one was a name. The town's founders, the council members, her parents, herself. They had all been part of this, an ancient bargain. Keep the Ashmouther standing and the town would thrive. Tear her down, and the sleeper wakes. By dawn, 5 more people were gone. The mayor was found sitting in his living room chair, mouth wide open, eyes gone completely black. No signs of struggle, no wounds, but roots had grown through the floorboards beneath him, coiled around his feet like veins. Nora decided she had to end it. She returned to the stump there. It waited, taller now, standing like a man but with bark for skin and a spine made of writhing wood. "You broke it. Now be part of it." Roots burst from the ground. Reaching for her, she held up the old photo she'd found, the one of the creature wrapped in roots. "Go back," she whispered. "Sleep again. I know how." She had memorized the symbols from the archive, the binding circle that once held it. Using chalk, ash, and her own blood, she redrew the seal around the stump. The creature screamed, not with sound, but with pressure like gravity shifting in her bones. The air turned black. Then silence when she opened her eyes. The stump had healed. The blood was gone. So was the shadow. Greywick looked like it always had, but the whispers never truly stopped. Nora still hears them, in the walls, in her dreams, and sometimes when she passes the square, she swears the roots move, just a little. The town replanted a new tree in the square. Small, harmless looking, but Nora watches it every day because she knows the truth. The sleeper is not dead, just bound again, and if anyone ever cuts it down a second time, there won't be a third.